If you are listening to this little mini share on Tubeav, so I imagine that you're probably putting on your beautiful white robe and getting ready to go to the local vineyards to be able to dance, especially since your grandmother has told you that it's time to get married already and you need to get ready for shidduchim. So I imagine that you're doing the Tubeav thing and getting yourself ready to dance in front of the local guys. If you don't have a vineyard, you can probably go to the local shopping mall or whatever is convenient for you, and somehow or other make sure that you do the Tubeav mitzvah of preparing yourself for that beautiful day of the chasana. I assume you know what I'm talking about. Obviously, this is the well-known Mishnah at the end of Tanis that tells us that this was the minhag of Klal Yisrael, that the women used to dance on Tubeav, dressed in white robes in front of the men, and this is how shidduchim were actually made. And if you're wondering why we don't do this today, well, one of the things we have to understand is, first of all, what does it mean that Tubeav is the day to work on shidduchim? And to do that, to understand the nature of Tubeav, the best thing is to go back to the furthest point from Tubeav in the Jewish calendar and understand what that day is all about, and then we can go back to Tubeav, connect it to shidduchim, and then apply it to today. So, go back 6 months, exactly half a year from Tubeav. Where are we holding? It's Tu B'Shvat. What's Tu B'Shvat have to do with Tubeav? It's very simple. And Tu B'Shvat is a time when we plant seeds. And Tu B'Shvat is the middle of the winter. In Chazal's imagery, it is a time where it's cold. It's a time when the days are short, the nights are long. It's a time when there's no color in the world, when the animals have all migrated, the butterflies have gone, all the beauty of this world is very distant. It is the middle of the winter, and we plant seeds. The seeds are going to rot inside the ground. They're going to break apart. They're going to be pounded and attacked by the elements around them. The water, the earth, the little bugs, the organisms, until a little shoot comes out. Out's going to come a little tree. From the tree is going to come little twigs. From the twigs is going to come little blossoms until eventually you have the beautiful fruit. But it's a long process. It's a building process where all the little parts are broken into its components until at the end you get a total fruit. 6 months later, Tu B'Av is the symbol of where everything comes together. And this is the symbol of what it means, a life where we begin with components that need to be broken down and to be put together until eventually we reach a moment when everything falls into place. And Tu B'Av is a time when symbolically things come together. And in practice, you find your zivug on Tu B'Av. Or, for example, it's when Klal Yisrael were forgiven for the Chet HaEgel. When people stop dying on Tu B'Av, Tchias HaMesim is symbolized by Tu B'Av. That's when the Mesei Beitar were allowed to be buried, and the neshamas allowed to, so to speak, reconnect with their gufim. Everything comes together on Tu B'Av. According to our tradition, Shaul HaMelech found his zivug on Tu B'Av, because Tu B'Av is when Shevet Binyamin was allowed to reconnect to the rest of Klal Yisrael. Tu B'Av is a time when Reb Tzadok HaKohen says, La'asid Lavo, when Mashiach comes, Yom Tov, the big Yom Tov, is going to begin on Tisha B'Av, and 7 days later will be the climax, where everything comes together, Meher V'Yameinu on Tu B'Av. What does this mean for us today, and how does this fit in with our own lives, and why dafka this bizarre thing of dancing and dressing white? Well, for that you're going to have to come to Michal next year to get the answer.